All right. Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this. This is going to be a today's topic video for the 21st of November. It's coming right up. We have got the Strength card and the Seven of Swords. Somebody might need strength to deal with facing a lie. It could be a tough energy. It may require somebody to keep their calm and their cool. It may also require courage to look at something and say, okay, where am I not being honest with myself? Because it's easy to do. Like, we don't want to see something the way it is. We want to see it the way we wish it was. We have a Knight of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. This could be a Leo or a Virgo who is perhaps, maybe this has been a long time coming. And for some reason, our character is saying, after all this time, I've been out here, but in truth, I have the key that unlocks all that wisdom and knowledge. I've known for a while that I haven't been being straightforward with myself. I really feel like this is somebody who is, what they've been cooking is, because we got a chef over there, they've been realizing that they've been keeping themselves out here, even alone, because they haven't been telling themselves the truth. They haven't wanted to face it. What is this that they haven't wanted to face? What is this? Queen of Swords. This isn't bad. Someone hasn't wanted to face the fact that they already made the right decision. Queen of Swords makes a terrific decision. Now, this could be that a character is saying, maybe I've been wanting to hold space for someone, imagining that I was going to stay single because maybe they were going to come back. But in truth, I cut them out of my life for a reason, and I already made the right call. I made the decision that was accurate. But then maybe I've been lying to myself, trying to pretend that I almost feel like somebody was keeping themselves single in the hopes that a person that they'd cut out of their life, possibly a feminine, cut a masculine out of her life for a valid reason, but she couldn't help it. She still really wanted him to come back in and heal things with her. She'd been sitting on this rock in the middle of nowhere, kind of like that hermit energy has been sitting here in the middle of like Bryce Canyon. But I feel like she's known her initial instinct, her initial intuition, the thing that drove her to say, I love you, but I just can't take this. I love you, but I'm playing for keeps. It's Phil Collins, right? This doesn't work. So she made the right decision already. But she was hoping that this person was going to come back in, smooth things out with her, do some energy shifts, some energy change. You notice that he's out here like raking in the sand. This is kind of like one of those little Zen gardens. And maybe she had been hoping that when he got balanced, somehow he'd come back into her life. But if she's sitting here thinking that about him, maybe he's just getting his life balanced. We have a snowboarder doing tricks on their hands. That doesn't look like somebody who's like quietly contemplating. I mean, this isn't to say that he's bad either exactly. It's just what she's hoping he's doing may not be anything even close to the truth. He could be out partying, having a good old time. And maybe that's why she cut him out of her life in the first place. And maybe she knows and has known all this time, I'm lying to myself. If I think I'm waiting out here, hoping that he comes back, being patient, the truth of it is, I knew why I had to cut this person out of my life. Even if she's correct in saying he's got a worried and troubled mind and he tries to keep himself super, super busy so he doesn't have to think about the things that he should maybe be working through, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is she needs to not have to deal with this anymore. And I think she's coming to terms with the fact that I made the right decision the first time around. That's not an easy message. But on the other hand, I think it's a good message because she's healing and she's finally, I think, coming out of Hermit's mode. She's coming out of the Four of Swords mode. Knight of Pentacles, yet again, and the Temperance. It has taken a little while to get calm, to get to see that reality, but she's there. Especially with the Knight of Pentacles, sure, it can take time, but she's reached that point. And the Temperance is like, oh, I finally feel balanced about this. I finally feel really good about this. I finally feel really, I did the right thing. This is perfect. I did the right thing. I'm okay. Emperor energy. In this case, I think she has reached a place, she or he, it doesn't matter who we're talking about, she or he has reached the place in their own mindset, in their own life, where she realizes, I took the action that I needed to. I want an emperor. I don't want someone that I have to say, I'm sorry, I can't be with you unless you're more serious, unless you're done partying, unless you are this or that. I don't want to have to lay out the list of what they have to be. I just want to meet the person that is already the things that I'm looking for. That'll make a more peaceful relationship for me. I want someone who's already an emperor, not somebody who I have to tell them, here's the checklist that you need to complete, and then I'll be with you. Once you are this person, then I'll be with you. And I think that's a wonderful acknowledgement of, what she wants, how she really wants things to be, and what she will welcome into her world. And more importantly, what she won't welcome in and why. This makes it so that she's not putting demands on anybody else. She's also not pausing her own life. Not now, not anymore. I think she did for a while without meaning to. We have the Magician. She's really ready to start manifesting. By the way, we did have strong Aries coming in, and now we've got Virgo, Gemini. This has been some time in the making. And the irony of this story is that perhaps on the 21st, she's recognizing that the person who's had the greatest transformation is her. The person who needed to have the greatest transformation was her, not them, not that person that she cut out of her life. But it was her who needed to have that bigger transformation. It was her who needed to start manifesting better. And the reason I keep saying transformation is just because we do have the butterfly that's almost done with the chrysalis phase. It's almost ready to bust out from the caterpillar and fully fly with those wings wide open. Almost there. It's interesting, isn't it, to see a character who is starting to realize, and the only reason she can realize this is because she has the courage to look at herself under the microscope. She has the courage to say, let me tell myself the truth about anything I've been lying to myself about. I've been lying to myself about some stuff. I've been holding myself back. I've been on a hermit's journey, in my hermit's journey, in regards to this person that I really, really, really wanted. It was me who had to let them go. And I had the courage to let them go right at the beginning, but I didn't really let them go because I still wanted them. But I wanted them to be the person that I needed them to be. And that was my journey to recognize that I was the one kind of deciding who they should be and how they'd be better if they did the thing that I think that they should do. And then I could have them. Then I could be with them. It takes a strong person, I think, to be able to acknowledge, like, wow, I made a good decision and at the same time made a bad decision for myself by waiting and wanting them to change instead of saying, nobody has to change for me. They are exactly who they want to be. I truly release them. But she is truly releasing them now. And she is truly ready to welcome in an emperor. And I would almost argue that she might be saying, until I went through this transformation of my own, I probably couldn't have attracted an emperor because I kept holding space for the wrong person. I kept wanting the wrong person. You know, super strong character in this, super powerful character, super, I would say, I respect this character because of how brutally honest they can be with themselves. Four of Wands and the Justice. She's even taking it a step further and saying, I cheated myself out of meeting my Four of Wands person prior to now. I totally take responsibility for that part. I made things harder on myself. It wasn't fair what I put myself through, but I'm a better advocate for myself from here on out. I'm going to have a true Four of Wands. And the secret sauce to getting that is simply to start manifesting someone who already is what I'm looking for. Not the person who has the right face and I want to cast them as the role of the emperor, but they don't have any of the, like, imagine a director casting for a movie and they're like, wow, that person is beautiful. They so look the part, but they can't act their way out of a paper bag. Can we cast that person in the film? No, it'll destroy the film. Better to have a character that's a great actor, and it won't matter what they look like if they fit the image that the director had of, what the person was supposed to look like or not, because the audience will love that person. They'll love how they sell the storyline. They'll love the casting of the person, not just because they happen to look the part. What comes to mind right now is because I always thought it was such excellent casting that they did for all the elves in Lord of the Rings. I thought that had to be a tough, role, because the elves were badass. But when we think of elves, usually we think of these, like little forest sprites, right? But the elves were badass. And I think they cast those roles really, really well in that film. That's just my 2 cents. Doesn't mean I'm right. But cast someone with the sense of gravity as an actor and actress, and the rest of it will work whether or not their features are very elven or not, So we've got, again, we go back to that Hermit's journey and that 8 of Cups. I think that our character is seeing the importance of the Hermit's journey, that when we go through a Hermit's journey, a dark night of the soul, usually where we emerge is, it's like taking a shortcut through a mountain tunnel. It's instead of like going around the mountain and avoiding the hard work, we tunnel right through it. And yes, that's really hard work. But once we've made that tunnel will always be there. It'll always be a shortcut from here on out. We actually, also, if you go around a mountain, if you avoid doing the work, you can go around and it can take you a lot longer before you get to the other side. And if you ever need to go anywhere, you have to go all the way back around that mountain again, because you never laid the foundation of putting a tunnel through the middle of the pathway and having a more direct path that you could go back and forth if you ever need to. So taking the time to invest in building the tunnel, doing the hard work, is so well worth it, because that's how our character actually tunnels through the other side of this thought process and comes out a stronger, more honest, more empowered person who's really over that situation with the ex. This says it makes sense now why it might have taken our character quite a while to get over that person from the past. The person that our Queen of Swords cut out of her life, she still took a long time to get over them, but I think it was for good reason. It's because she was tunneling through the mountain, and she's come out a different person on the other side. She's ready for a real Four of Wands. She's ready to meet a real Emperor. So does she? I got to ask. We have got the Page of Swords and we got the Six of Wands. Slowly roll, cowboy. It says, first, can she just enjoy the hard work that she's done? The Six of Wands says she's in a really good energy, really good head and heart space. And with that Page of Swords, not only is she in a good head and heart space, but she's also noticing things, gathering information, learning things that are going to, push her even further forward in life, further toward great success, further toward great happiness. She's starting to just now be ready to start looking around. I think the kind of person she's going to be attracted to is going to be very different than the person she cut out of her life last time. Basically, let's go back to the analogy of her casting for a movie. She's looking for someone with the acting chops now. She's looking for the Emperor, the person who has power to them already. Now, in the past, she might not have been attracted to somebody this strong. She might not have been attracted to somebody. He could look different than what she would have expected herself to be drawn to. He could be older than her. He could have a big beard. I'm just pointing out, this cat has even a very serious countenance. That's because he has a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders, but it doesn't mean he isn't sweet and kind and loving as well. But I think who she is attracted to is going to be very, very different now than the person that she was attracted to in the past. The person who was maybe a party guy or gal. The person who had, tall, dark, and handsome, jet black hair, sexy, but not very serious yet. She might have wanted him to be this serious person when in fact, that's not who he was. She's going to be attracted to a very different look now. She could fall in love with a redhead who's got a graying beard. I don't know. It doesn't matter so much about looks. It just comes across with a lot of little specific details in this. The big thing is this guy, so much sexier than the person of the past. This emperor is way sexier, but she wasn't maybe in a headspace where she would have seen that. Now it's like, oh my God, this person's drop dead gorgeous. This guy's hot. This guy is full on emperor material. So there's a lot that has changed in her. Remember, she tunneled through the mountain, came out the other side. She's going to have a very happily ever after once she, well, I think she's already starting to have the happily ever after. But a lot of work that she's done on herself and is coming to the conclusion of on the 21st. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. If you guys do enjoy my art, want more of it, there will be a couple of other videos that pop up on your screen right about now. I'll put up some of the ones for these daily videos that are date specific, but also a few others that are random. All right, take care. Bye.